Hi family, it is me Clarissica here on Klarissicasays, where Clarissa says it all and that's how it feels. So we are back with another video, okay? So I told you guys in my last video that I was going to do a more updated video that gives you guys details on the Roe versus Wade decision, the most updated information we could find, and also a state-by-state breakdown on where the states stand with how they feel their politics or their law and their ban. This whole thing. Okay. Anyways, so we're going to get into the details. Before we do, please make sure you subscribe. Please make sure you like, and please make sure you leave your comments down below. I am so here for your opinions, good or bad. I want to know. Let's have a conversation. Let's have some engagement. Let's really talk about something that is serious, okay? For once, a lot of us are very distracted, and so let's just try to stay focused on this matter for this video, please. And leave your comments and feelings down below, okay? Smash this video, give it a massive thumbs up, show your support, because right now all women need it. So if you support women of any race, creed, color, complexion, background, give this video a big thumbs up. I would appreciate it, okay? That's the point of this video. Especially me being a woman, you know, and a minority, right? Okay. So I'm not going to go into my full-on opinion because in that chit-chat video, I gave y'all my opinion. So check that out. It'll either be linked above or down in the description box for y'all to check it out, okay? Check that video out. If you're going to watch it, go watch it, come back, or watch it after this video, and then go to that. It's up to y'all. But, yeah. So we're going to get to some details right now about where the Roe versus Wade decision stands and how it affects us as of today. And so I pulled a couple of articles that I wanted to show you guys regarding Roe versus Wade and what's going on. Okay, so the article was titled "The Major Abortion News in the 4 Days Since Roe versus Wade Was Overturned." Here are the first reactions from a post-Roe American. Okay, this is what's going on, their opinion. Let's talk about the article. This is by Matt Berg and Olivia Olander. This was actually written, or at least last edited, on the 27th of June, which is today at 5:07 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, it's been 4 days since the Supreme Court voted to overturn Roe versus Wade, dismantling a constitutional right that has been in place for half a century and granting states the green light to ban abortion. And a lot has happened. On Friday, the court's conservative bloc flexed its muscles in the bombshell 5-4 ruling, underscoring the influence that the three newly confirmed justices, each nominated by President Donald Trump, may have on future decisions. In its opinion, the conservative majority went beyond resolving the case before the court, Dobbs versus Jackson Women's Health Organization, overturning the landmark abortion rights cases Roe and Planned Parenthood versus Casey. Okay. Now it's up to the states to decide whether abortion will remain legal or not. Each week will conquer the major developments from Congress to the White House, from policy moves into the state to public opinion during the midterms. Here are the first reactions from a post-Roe American. Okay, access immediately restricted in 5 states, more bans expected. Abortion was illegal in 5 states as of Monday, as several states activated so-called trigger laws that immediately banned the procedure following the court's decision. A judge in a 6th state, Louisiana, temporarily blocked enforcement of his state's abortion ban on Monday. Clinics in states where abortion is illegal or at risk stopped providing the procedure over the weekend, sending people with appointments scrambling to find other options. Wow, according to the New York Times. Abortion is expected to soon become illegal in 16 states, and still others may soon see restrictions through court action or pre-Roe bans. According to a political analysis, these bans may come with criminal penalties for abortion providers or patients. Okay, blue states governor pledged resistance and expansion as access contracts in much of the country. Leaders in the blue states have sought to position themselves as safe havens for people who seek abortions, meaning you guys can move to the blue country where it's a safe spot compared to the other countries, okay? Or I should say states, not country, okay? Democratic governors Gavin Newsom of California, Kate Brown of Oregon, and Jay Inslee of Washington pledged a wide range of protections to abortion providers and patients on Friday, including expanding the group of providers who can perform abortions, access to medication abortion, and access to telehealth for reproduction or health care. They also said they would resist extradition requests from other states with laws against abortions, okay? Back east, Governor Charlie Baker of Massachusetts, a Republican, also signed an executive order on Friday protecting abortion patients and providers from potentially extradition requests. And New York Governor Kathy Hochul, a Democrat, announced a public information campaign about abortion rights and payment options in her state, where state law protects abortion access. And in Illinois, a state already accustomed to providing abortions to patients from nearby states with more restrictions, Democratic Governor J.B. Pritzker announced on Friday that he planned to call a special session of the state legislature to further enshrine our commitment to reproductive health care rights. Okay, so again, this is a state by state situation. Not everybody has, not all states have gone to the most to basically ban abortions, but we do have those states, and for people that live within those states, what do you do? How do you react? How do you feel? This should even be a conversation, okay? As they currently lack the votes to codify abortion rights nationally, Democratic leaders have rallied around a future-oriented message to supporters since Friday. If you want to fix this, you have to turn out to vote, which is true. The party is expected to raise money around abortion as a top campaign issue in the coming months as the Republicans celebrate a major policy win for their base. This cruel ruling is outrageous and heart-wrenching, but make no mistake, it's all on the ballot in November. So I feel like at the same time, they're trying to get people out to vote for other things besides just this, but this is their way of getting people out to vote. Like, you gotta understand, this is a whole agenda. People have not been voting like that. So this is a way for them to get out and make people vote, because this is something to vote for, and this is not going to be the only thing that's going to be on the ballot. See, when you go out and vote, you see all these rules and all these, new legislatures and all these other things that will be on the ballot to vote, but people will mentally just be going there to vote for this, and that's basically going to help people get into the doors to vote for other matters that are just as important that people are not either made aware of, are not researching to know, or just don't care about, okay? Additionally, more than 30 Senate Democrats asked President Joe Biden to take bold action on abortion access, though they did not outline any particular policies. In a widely shared Twitter thread, Republican of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez urged Democrats to be more specific with their messaging to voters and to take action apart from campaigns, including court expansion and opening abortion clinics on federal land. And that's what we were needing. So you might have to go travel to countries or cities or states trying to make sure they're able to get the request matched. Collins and Manchin misled and deeply disappointed by justices. Soon after the ruling, Senators Susan Collins of Maine, a Republican of Maine, and Joe Manchin of West Virginia, Democrat, voiced criticisms of Justice Brett Kavanaugh and Neil Gorsuch, excuse me if I butchered that, who claimed the president's said by Roe versus Wade wouldn't be overturned during their confirmation hearing. Both senators voted to confirm the Trump-nominated justices. In an interview with the New York Times, Collins says she felt misled by the decision, explaining that she had pressed Kavanaugh on his Roe stance in a private meeting prior to the confirmation hearing. Collins' staff took diligent notes of the judge's comments, which included reassurances that he wouldn't oppose the president. "I am a don't rock the boat kind of judge. I believe in stability and in the team of 9. As the only Democrat to support Kavanaugh confirmation and one of the 3 by Gorsuch, Manchin also felt duped afterwards, saying that he trusted the 2 justices when he voted to confirm them. In a statement, he said he was deeply disappointed that the 2 justices testified under oath that Roe was settled legal precedent. Okay, so basically saying how he was playing both sides, and the vote ended up being that Roe versus Wade got overturned. So I went on to further go and search like state by state what happened, and I came across this, and it said more than 150,000 births could occur in the U.S. every year following the reversal of Roe versus Wade. Now, some people say, oh, 150,000, that's more people on this earth, that's a good thing, but that seems like be a bad thing, because some of these kids that might not be born into good situations, may not be born into situations that are healthy, are going to be good for them, are going to make them good citizens, and have good role models, and have people be able to actually take care of them properly. And you can't just send everybody to adoption. Like, let's just be real. Like, some people are going to have babies that they really do not want due to circumstances that they were put in, or they accidentally put themselves in, and it is what it is, and they have to suffer because of this decision. And I just feel like that's not fair. But and then it goes on to say emergency contraception like Plan B unscathed after Scouts reverses Roe versus Wade report. Let's just read this real quick. That's 3 hours ago this is posted. It got me getting to the state by state. Emergency contraception like Plan B unscathed after Scouts reverses Roe versus Wade report. Okay, in the aftermath of the divisive Supreme Court decision, my apologies, that ended the constitutional right to abortion in the United States, people across the country still have access to emergency contraception such as Plan B. But for how long? Okay, people across the United States can still buy and access contraception, USA Today reported in his concurring opinion in Dobbs versus Jackson Women's Health Organization. Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh wrote, overruling Roe does not mean the overruling of basically precedents involving the right to contraception. However, it could in the future, Deciding the best option for emergency contraception depends on several factors: time lapse after unprotected sex, women's weight, and if women is breastfeeding, cost, and which type is most easily accessible, okay, according to Planned Parenthood. Emergency contraception is safe and effective way to prevent pregnancy within 5 days after unprotected sex that works by preventing sperm from eating an egg, according to the nonprofit. It takes about 6 days for the egg to actually be, connected with sperm and for it to start doing what it does. The 2 ways to prevent pregnancy after unprotected sex are via an intrauterine device, IUD, which is typically a small T-shaped device inserted into the uterus, or an emergency contraceptive pill, also known as morning after pill or birth control. Okay, so basically they're saying that birth control is not being touched as of right now, so that's not a worry, because I was worrying about that, like what they're going to do. So now this is the meat and the potatoes of this video. Okay, with Roe versus Wade being overturned, which states would restrict or protect abortion rights? Let's see. Okay, this article was made by Sarah Ewald Weiss and Melissa Quinn. This was updated today at 7:55 a.m. and this is CBS News. Okay, so Washington, the bombshell decision by the U.S. Supreme Court to overturn its landmark 1973 Roe versus Wade ruling on abortion rights have upended 50 years of precedents and handed states lawmakers across the country the power to restrict and or ban abortion. The result will be patchwork of laws that vary based on where a person lives. 13 states have so-called trigger laws on the books in which abortion will swiftly be outlawed in most cases. In Friday's ruling, the court upheld a Mississippi law banning abortion after 15 weeks of pregnancy. Justice Samuel Alito wrote in the majority opinion Roe was irregularly wrong from the start. It is time to heed the Constitution and return the issue of abortion to the people's elected representatives. I don't understand how this man can even say something like that when it's on his body. He's not even a woman. Roe had held the Constitution protected a woman's right to an abortion before the point at which a fetus is viable outside the womb, typically around 24 weeks of pregnancy. Okay. A number of Republican-led states have already passed laws that would outlaw abortions at various stages in pregnancy. Democratic-led states, meanwhile, have acted to protect abortion rights, and the state-level action on the issue of abortion has taken place not only in the state legislatures across the country, but also in their own courts. An analysis by the Guttmacher Institute, a research organization that supports abortion rights, found that 23 states have laws on the books as of May 1st that could be used to restrict abortion rights in absence of Roe. Okay, the state abortion laws without Roe versus Wade. Nearly 24 states have laws on the books that could be used to restrict abortion rights if Roe versus Wade falls, which it did, while 16 states in the District of Columbia have laws protecting the abortion rights. So we see the red states, which of course is mostly the South. You have like the semi-states that don't really have a decision as of yet, and you have the blue states, which are like the safe zones. Okay, so if that's what you want to do and you're past a certain time frame within these states, you might as well go with these other states that you can go legally get things done and mind your own business. Hawaii is included. Okay, so let's see. Here is where the states stand on the abortion access. States with trigger laws. 13 states have so-called trigger laws that will restrict abortion with Roe versus Wade overturned. Arkansas, Idaho, Kentucky, Louisiana, Mississippi, Missouri, North Dakota, Oklahoma, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Wyoming. Some of the states' laws would go into effect immediately following Supreme Court decision, while others would kick in after 30 days. In several cases, the ban takes effect once the state attorney general or other officials certify that the Supreme Court decision reverses Roe, but that could happen swiftly following the court's decision. Missouri Attorney General Eric S. Schmidt issued an opinion within minutes saying that his state's ban is now in effect, outlawing abortion except in cases of medical emergency. With this Attorney General opinion, my office has effectively abandoned abortion in Missouri, becoming the first state in the country to do so following the court's ruling. Schmidt said in a statement, oh my God. Lawmakers in Nebraska attempted to pass a trigger ban this year, but it failed in the states in April. Okay, states with 6-week bans. Anti-abortion rights advocates have been pressing states to enact legislation banning that procedures once an embryonic heartbeat is detected after 6 weeks of pregnancy. 11 states have done so, though nearly all of the measures have been blocked. Georgia, Idaho, Iowa, Kentucky, Louisiana, Mississippi, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Texas. Only the Texas law is in effect, of course, because Texas is just, the Supreme Court last year declined to block it from being enforced. The measure has a novel enforcement mechanism that tasks private citizens, not state officials, with enforcing it by filing lawsuits in state court against anyone who performs an abortion or obeys by them. Okay, its design has inspired bills in other GOP-led states that mirror the Texas measures. Oh my God. State with 8-week ban. In 2019, Missouri Governor Mike Parsons, a Republican, signed into a law bill that made abortion illegal after 8 weeks of pregnancy. A federal district court blocked the measures from taking effect, and a 3-judge panel on the 8th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals declined to lift the lower court's injunction. The full 8th Circuit heard arguments in the challenge to the law brought by Planned Parenthood last year. Okay, states with 15-week ban in Florida, A 15-week ban was signed into law in April and goes into effect July 1st. Mississippi 15 weeks ban passed in 2018 was at the center of dispute that led to Roe being overturned. In Louisiana, 15-week measure was signed into law in 2018 by Democratic Governor John Bel Edwards, though it will only take effect in Mississippi law is upheld. So Louisiana 15-week measure was signed into law 2018 by Democratic Governor John Bel Edwards, though it will only take effect if Mississippi law is upheld. Okay, so Mississippi go through what they go through, then Louisiana will be hand in hand. Okay, in Kentucky, the state legislature overrode Governor Andy Beshear's veto of a bill banning abortion after 15 weeks of pregnancy last month, but a U.S. District Court granted Planned Parenthood's request for a temporary restraining order blocking the bill from taking effect. Okay. States with 20 weeks ban. 4 states have laws on the books banning abortions after 20 weeks: Mississippi, Montana, Nebraska, and North Carolina. In Montana, Governor Gianforte, a Republican, signed a law outlining abortions after 20 weeks last year, but a state court judge blocked the measure and 2 other abortion laws from taking effect in October. States with abortion ban that predate Roe v. Wade, in addition to having newer laws in the books that impose limits on when a pregnancy abortion can be performed. 9 states have law enacted before the 1973 decision in Roe that were never removed. Those states are Alabama, Arizona, Arkansas, Michigan, Mississippi, Oklahoma, Texas, West Virginia, and Wisconsin. My cat just tapped me. In Michigan, though, Governor Gretchen Whitmire, a Democrat, preemptively sued 13 county prosecutors with abortion clinics in their jurisdiction in an effort to circumvent the state's 1931 pre-Roe abortion ban. Okay, and so that's basically it about that. States with law protecting the right to abortion. While many Republican-led states have passed laws restricting abortion access, Democratic-led states have moved to preserve abortion rights. 16 states and District of Columbia have taken much steps. California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Hawaii, Illinois, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Nevada, New Jersey, New York, Oregon, Rhode Island, Vermont, and Washington are protecting the rights of people, personally, in general. Okay, women, and that's just where we stand right now. Okay, so when we talk about understanding what's happening with all of this, you have to understand that at the end of the day, you are your own person and you are your own human. Nobody can make you do anything you don't want to do, and nobody can control you. So regardless of what ban, regardless of what restriction or whatever is in effect, people are going to do what people want to do. So people will go to those 16 states and get what they need to get done. They don't have to go across the country. You know, some people may not have the resources to do so. And that's where we have problems, where we have a higher mortician rate, where we have higher adoption rates, where we have higher depression rates. You know, you don't know if you might go into with, you know, the orphanages filling up. I mean, it's just a lot of things that's going to be a domino effect from the situation. And I just wanted to give you guys a thorough recap, give you guys some insight on what is happening, like verifiable, credible sources of what's happening besides just my opinion. And I just wanted to review that with y'all. If you have any opinions, comments, please leave in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts? How do you feel? Just talk to me. Let me know. Give me a thumbs up in support of women's rights. And if you can support, please do so in any way, shape, or form, because at the end of the day, people should be able to do whatever people want to do with their body. That's my opinion. That's it, period. So with that being said, I'm going to let this video go. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful evening. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace, love, and blessings. Please stay safe. Please use your contraceptives. Please get your plan B. Please try to make, pull out method. Make good decisions. Stay away from toxic people. Stay away from situations that could create toxic situations in your life. Just play things smarter, because with the way things are going, you don't know what we might decide next. Okay? Be safe, y'all. I love y'all so much. I'll see you on the next video. Bye, queens and kings. See you later.